Hello, everybody. My name's Douglas Arnold Armstrong. I'm the head honcho here at Happy Texas Reviews. Thank you for guys who are watching the live stream. If you guys are just watching after the stream end, thank you guys also so much for watching. Please feel free to like, subscribe, join up as a group member. And this is attempt number 6 to get the Maze Runner review out for you guys. I don't know why, but there's just some god awful connecting problems right now. So I'm hoping this works. I'm just going to skip trying to do a musical intro and get right into this for you guys. So forgive me if I rush through things at the beginning because I've already talked about it 5 times and I've got to almost record it in my brain of what needs to be said. So here we go. So this is a 2014 movie. I have read all the books and I really enjoyed the books being translated into film. Amazing job. The casting as Dylan O'Brien as Thomas was amazing. Will Poulter as Gally was also really good. He is in Chronicles of Narnia, and he did a fantastic job in this. I really enjoyed seeing the live-action version of Newt, Teresa, Mino, Frying Pan, Ava Page, and Chuck. It was just really cool to see all these characters together. I also enjoyed the fact that the maze can change, and the maze design itself is also really interesting. In the Maze Runner, you will care about all the characters, both big and small. I also felt like Thomas in this movie was going to fall in love with Teresa, but also that Teresa was like she's going to get her memory back, and eventually, she would turn on her friends, which I know that happens. But I'm just kind of looking forward to seeing that actually play out. This movie has a lot of good mystery, and it does answer some questions. But basically, everything that happens has an answer now, or to have an answer for you in the future. For big revelations in the next 2 movies. I love the creature design of the Grievers, the machine alien spider monsters, really cool, and I enjoyed that. Great world building and rule building for the laws and etc. The Grievous, the Grievers, almost the same thing. The Grievers attacking the main camp in the finale of Escaping Maze, both high octane action scenes, and I really enjoyed watching them both. I really did cry the first time, and I still cry a little bit every time I watch this. The scene where Chuck ends up getting killed by Gally still hits me. I still cry every time I see that scene. Thomas going from working with Wicked and then eventually turning on humanity to help them out, I thought was like, yes, amazing job. Really, really enjoyed that. I think it's kind of an interesting idea that they end up, in this universe using kids as a zombie cure. I'm not exactly sure how and why they really think, especially Wicked thinks that putting kids in a maze is somehow going to allow them to like experiment on them to create a zombie cure. It's kind of like, okay, I guess. I enjoy watching this multiple times. It's an amazing movie to starting off the Maze Runner trilogy. Would encourage you guys to own it and rewatch for sure. And lastly, for positives, I enjoyed the fact that Thomas was kind of like the odd man out. He was both a problem and a solution, and he felt really relatable to both me, and he'll feel relatable to you too. There's just stuff that he does and I can relate to him, and stuff that happens to him that I can relate to him. And I'm sure that when you watch this movie, there's going to be something, hopefully, that you'll be able to connect to Thomas with. And then I really enjoyed the fact that there's no love triangle in this movie whatsoever, unlike in Divergent or The Hunger Games, which I'm happy about. And I love the exit sign joke at the end of the movie. And everything in this movie and in the book, unfortunately, there's a name for everything. Like the maze is called the Glade. People that live in the Glade are called Gladers. And the zombie virus is called the Flare, and yada, yada, yada. So everything has a special name in this universe. And that is it. No, I'm joking, guys. I'm joking. This movie has some problems. I've watched all 3 of these movies and I've read all the books. But dear God, if I just put on my lenses of actually having to review these movies, there are so many more problems that are glaring me in the face that I just can't ignore. Like I watched these movies last fall, and I was like, these are amazing movies. I want to give them all 9 out of 10 when I do my review next year. No, just no. Oh gosh, watching this trilogy is just watching them and enjoying them as a movie. Yeah, you can give them 9 out of 10s and 10 out of 10s if you really want to, but I encourage you guys to because yeah, you need to. There's a lot of things that just hit you in the face. There's certain stuff when I watched these movies at the theater. There's like a couple things that just stuck out to me, and it stuck out to people too that weren't even critics and weren't even trying to critique. Like there's certain stuff in movies that should just make common sense that should happen or not happen, and they don't. So first of all, the Maze Runner trilogy is very similar to the Hunger Games and Divergent in a lot of ways. To be flat out honest, out of the three trilogies that are out for Hunger Games, Divergent, and Maze Runner is my personal favorite. Just saying, because to me it makes a lot more sense and it's more enjoyable. Not saying Hunger Games and Divergent are bad. I just like Maze Runner more out of all three of them. There's a lot of running. There's a lot of running just from tons of unnecessary stuff in these movies, especially in this one. I mean, I understand it's called the Maze Runner, but it's like they run from everything that's coming after them, and it's just like it's not like action. It's just like run, 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 run. I'm like, would you run out of breath already? Like, it just takes up runtime. It's not like we're getting exposition while they're running. I guess they couldn't do that because they run out of breath faster. But just, I, why is there so much running? um, the Grievers. Let's talk about this for a second. And I've watched this movie like 12 times before I did this review, and so I watched it another 8 just for this one scene. I mean, this scene I've seen this scene like 20 times. Just make sure I got this right. Now you can correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong, but I highly doubt I am. The Grievers, they make the sound of a Jurassic Park velociraptor. They go or whatever. That's probably terrible to laugh to listen to, but the no, I'm gonna shut up and not try to make them. I can't make a velociraptor sound. I'm done. I'm done. Um, the Grievers, these alien machine spider monsters in this movie, make the sound of a Jurassic Park velociraptor. I don't understand why they've got away with this, but they sound 99.9% the exact same. Why couldn't they come up with something more original for the sound design? Oh God. Also, so we're going through the negatives now. How can it rain above the maze if the rest of the entire planet is a desert world from a zombie outbreak? There's a scene in this movie where literally it just rains in the maze. And I'm like, how is that possible when the rest of the planet never gets a rainstorm? Please explain, because it makes no sense at all. It's like, oh, an isolated rainstorm decided to hit this maze and this maze only today. Moving on with the rest of the news. This has been your Midnight News Report. Oh, God, I can't. What the hell? Why can't. Seriously? This is aggravating me to death.